Hello and welcome to the Great Plains ACAC Virtual College Fair. My name is Krista and I'll be your facilitator for this session. As a reminder, you are muted and your video is off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, I do encourage you to ask any questions by utilizing the Q&A button at any time. I also encourage you to sign up for any other sessions that are being offered, and you can check out the schedule on our website. This recording will be available as well as all sessions at strivescan.com/GPACAC. So we're going to go ahead and get started today with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Jessica Mascote, and I am one of the recruitment specialists for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So I'm happy to present over a couple things about Nebraska. Overall, we are located in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have about 150 majors. Popular majors that we're known for is architecture, 12 different areas in engineering. We also have forensic science, PGA golf management, one of 18 in the nation that offers a degree in that. You do have to have a 12 handicap score to be able to have the playing test that you would have to take. We do have roughly about 25,000 students on our campus. A third of our student population is from out of state. And of course, we are a part of the Big Ten Conference, second smallest, but most affordable within the Big Ten. As you'll see throughout the presentation, we offer a variety of different scholarship opportunities for our students, as well as through our own colleges and departments offer their own incoming freshman scholarships as well. Of course, students looking into Nebraska, we want for you to study what you love. As mentioned, we do have 150 majors. You can always double major or have a minor on the side, but within any of our colleges on our campus, you will have academic advisors and career coaches to help you navigate certain things that you want to do, have that hands-on experience. From day one, we do have students participate in research because we are the land grant university and flagship university within the state of Nebraska. We offer opportunities for students to pair up with a faculty member on our campus to be able to work on a project through our UCARE program. So UCARE stands for the Undergraduate of Creative Activities and Research Experiences. So we want our students to co-create from day one. Really quickly, want to mention that with our research, they do receive a stipend to work towards their project that they're working on. So they do provide funding for our students. Really quick thing that I wanted to mention is that we do have 3 different honors programs on our campus. We have the Jeffrey S. Rakes Computer Science and Management. We have the Honors Business Academy, and then we also have the General Honors Program. The application deadline is November 15th. So when students apply to the university, they would have to submit a separate application if they would like to participate in the Honors Program. And they do have separate criteria for that. As you can see here, we are looking into that average test score of the ACT, GPA, but we are test optional for this year. So if you do have questions, you can put it in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer those after my presentation. As mentioned, within all of our colleges on campus, we do provide career coaches for our students. So we want to ensure all of our students receive that internship, practicum experiences, hands-on experience before they graduate from the university. Every semester, students are going to be able to speak with their academic and career coaches, but then we also have different initiatives from different, our Office of Diversity and Inclusion, our OASIS programs that have their own initiative programs and provide their own mentorship opportunities as well for students. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that a variety of different student organizations we have on campus. We have over 500 plus student organizations and clubs. Students can make friends or even start off their own club. I know a lot of times students who ask us, do you guys have aerospace? Unfortunately, we do not have that as a major, but we do have an aerospace club that students pair up with our other engineering students to work on a set project. So you still have that hands-on experience, be able to put that in your portfolio, especially when you're looking into employment opportunities after you graduate. As mentioned, we are located in Lincoln, Nebraska, which is right in the center of everything that's happening. We're close proximity to the Pinnacle Bank Arena. We have the Haymarket that students are able to have access to different local coffee shops, restaurants, and a variety of different activities happening. So students live on campus, or should I say our incoming freshmen are required to live on campus, but they'll have close proximity to a variety of different things around the area. I will say for engineering students, you'd be more based in our Omaha campus, which is the Scott campus, just because it is a walking distance to the architecture and engineering firms around the area. Valley of Nebraska, like I mentioned, we have already different scholarships. Not only will students be considered into the pool of our academic scholarships, but through the different colleges and departments, they'll also reach out to students for their own incoming freshman scholarships. So when students apply to Nebraska, they're going to submit a personal statement to also be considered for the leadership and diversity scholarships, which students can upload through their MyRed account as well. That deadline is February 1st. And I should have, that's a quick video. But if you want to go ahead and reach out to me afterwards, I can also send this presentation. Next steps for students throughout this year, if you want to go ahead and schedule a one-to-one appointment with your recruitment specialist, you can go to our next step one-to-one appointment on our website, request the admissions counselor that you're looking for, and you'll be able to look at their availability. Application for admission, you can apply using this website here. There's no deadline for admission purposes. However, for those scholarship opportunities, deadline is February 1st. And then we do have to have an enrollment deposit from you all by May 1st. Last thing I wanted to mention is the admission requirements. So we're looking into 4 different areas. If a student has a 20 or higher ACT, is ranked in the top 50% of your class, has a cumulative 3.0 or higher GPA, and then have a total score of 1040 or higher in the SAT. If you have any questions, let me know. But thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you so much, University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Next up is Newman University.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Lauren Aaron, and I am an admissions counselor at Newman University. I actually graduated from Newman in 2018, so I have a fairly recent perspective on what it's like to be a student there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll list all of my contact information in the chat after this presentation. So I was a theater major. I grew up in Wichita, where Newman is located. I was also on the improv team. I was an editor and a writer for the newspaper, and I was a teacher's aide and all of that good stuff. So we are a private Catholic liberal arts university in Wichita, Kansas, which is the largest city in Kansas. We were established in 1933 and founded by the Sisters of the Adorers of the Blood of Christ and named for St. John Henry Cardinal Newman. Some things that we are known for is less student loan debt, and we are particularly known for our science and nursing programs because all of our facilities are brand new and state of the art. They're so nice and brand new that KU Med actually sends their students over to our cadaver labs to use some of our facilities. So we've got a good acceptance rate and a good rate of preparing students for med school and all of that good stuff. So here's a list of some of our undergraduate programs. And here is a list of some of our pre-professional options. And then now I just wanted to get into some misconceptions about Newman. So acceptance-wise, we are a test optional school. You only need to take the ACT for one scholarship, and that is our full ride. And we can talk a little bit more about that here pretty quick. We're also known for our community leadership and involvement and all of that good stuff. Another thing that's a misconception is we are a private university, and so that kind of comes with the connotation that it's not going to be affordable, but it's very important at Newman to be accessible to all students who want to further their education, who are passionate. So one way we do that is by waiving the application fee, so it's totally free to apply to Newman, and we also offer some really generous scholarships, and a lot of them stack on top of each other. So this little grid here is kind of how we award those academic scholarships, and those are awarded upon application to the university. And we'll just go off whichever is higher, your ACT or your GPA. So the St. Newman Scholarship is our full tuition scholarship. It has a requirement of a 3.9 GPA and a 29 ACT, and you do have to live on campus for this scholarship. We also have an ASC Community Leader Scholarship, which is $17,500 a year. And this is a great scholarship. I was a part of the scholarship program. There are leadership classes involved, and you also do about 90 hours of community service a year, which sounds scary at first, but it does even out to about 3 hours a week, and it's a great way to make those connections. We also have some great fine arts scholarships and honor scholarship. And just because you aren't necessarily majoring in a fine art program, you're more than welcome to be a part of any of those. We are also a NCAA Division II college. So those are some of, up on the screen, some teams that we have at Newman. If you're athletic, but you don't want to commit to being a college athlete, we do like to offer those intramurals as well. If you decide to live on campus, this is Croce Hall, the first year dorms. These are super nice because they're suite style, so you're not sharing a whole dorm or a whole bathroom with a whole level at a dorm. We also have some great club opportunities, which I definitely recommend getting involved in wherever you decide to go to school. It's a great way to make friends, and that's a super integral part of your college experience. So at Newman, kind of the most important thing for us is that you have a return on your investment. Wherever you decide to go to college, you know, you are investing in your future. So at Newman, we have this program called the Navigator Program, where we match you with an alumni mentor in your field of study in the city that you would like to work in. We also help you prepare a virtual portfolio to keep all of your impressive things that you accomplish throughout your time at university. So 70% of Newman students have a job in their field of study upon graduation versus the national average about 21% or 27%. So that's really due to programs like this. And Newman is a smaller school. We're 11-to-1 ratio between faculty or teachers and students. So those connections you make, those personal relationships you make with your professors really help you out in the long run. They were professionals in their field of study before they were professors, so they have those connections and can write you great letters of recommendation. We also have a First to Go program to support individuals who are the first in their family to go to college. And then this is a picture of some of our science facilities. So I would definitely encourage you guys to apply. It's totally free to apply, and that is how we award those scholarships. So if you have any questions for me, definitely pop those in the chat. Again, I'm going to put my contact information in there as well. So save that in case you have any questions come up. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you so much, Newman University. Next up, we have the University of the South.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. It's nice to meet with you virtually. I thought I'd take this time to share a brief video with you about Sewanee. And afterwards, I've got some QR codes you can take a photo of. So if you have additional questions or want to check out those URLs, you're more than welcome to do so. And of course, I'll be available via chat as well. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Taylor Baird. I'm a graduate of Sewanee and I currently work in the Office of Admission. And I get to tell you a little bit about my home for the past 10 years. You might be thinking, Sewanee, the University of the South, what does that entail? The University of the South is so much more than a campus that we had to create new words for it. It's the mountain. It's our home on the Cumberland Plateau. It's the domain, situated between Nashville and Chattanooga. It's a working farm, a 13,000 acre forest, a natural playground with trails to hike and rocks to climb. But above all, it's a community. That's Sewanee. And it's a place that I hope you'll consider calling home one day too. The domain is where we live, eat, research, recreate, reflect, and compete. I mean, 30% of our students are scholar athletes competing on one of our Division III varsity athletic teams. It's a lot, and we like it that way. Our university motto, Eke Quam Bonum, or EQB, ensures that we push each other and appreciate each other while dwelling together in unity. You'll be sharing Sewanee with about 1,700 other 17 to 22-year-olds and the broader community. So there's rarely a dull moment here. While we're nestled in Tennessee, you're still going to be encouraged and expected to engage with the global community. We want you to address global issues and engage in a way that connects Sewanee with the rest of the world. This is a place where everybody stands up for what they think and for what they believe in. That dialogue across difference and that true discourse is the environment that we strive to cultivate. For example, we have deep roots with the Episcopal Church, but we know that it's important to create a healthy interfaith environment here for students as well. With the combination of intellectual rigor and community, Sewanee will help you figure out who you are. As an institution, we've been exploring who we've been and who we are. We want to model that for students, that you're exploring those questions, that asking questions and seeking solutions is commonplace. You can do that at Sewanee because your professors are teachers and mentors first and researchers second. We believe in educating the whole person through the liberal arts education. That's what happens when you engage with your professors. You get out into the field and you wrestle with the questions that the world hasn't figured out the answers to yet. It's in that process that you will enhance your studies, hone your skills, and increase your postgraduate prospects. In hoping that you'll engage that way, we've made a commitment to you, the Sewanee Pledge. And the commitment is simple. We pledge to provide funding for a summer internship or research opportunity during your time at Sewanee. We also pledge that you'll be able to make global connections by providing access to a semester-long study abroad program at no additional tuition cost. And finally, we pledge that you'll graduate in 4 consecutive years with at least one major. If you do not, you can study for an additional year at Sewanee and no additional tuition costs. At Sewanee, if you give your best in good faith, we will honor that dedication and effort. You won't even have to compete with graduate students for these opportunities, and in many cases, worry about the funding that make them possible. Sewanee believes in access as much as we do excellence, which is why we're committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated financial need for all admitted first-year students. We also recognize academic achievement, so in addition to need-based aid, we do offer academic scholarships as well. Our goal is to accept the most talented students for whom Sewanee is the best choice, and then to provide the financial aid package that makes it possible for you to enroll here. That's the Sewanee lens. We want to find strong fit students and guide you through the search and application process. Sewanee is a common application school and there's no fee to apply. We also know that test scores aren't always the best indicator of a student's academic success. That's why at Sewanee we're test optional. That allows you to choose to submit the ACT, SAT, or no scores at all. So if you're ready to take this journey and opt into this experience, I hope you'll choose to apply to Sewanee. I can't wait to see how you'll make this place your home and bring your perspective to our community.
All right. All right, so if you saw something there that was of interest to you, I would encourage you to take a photo of one of these QR codes, check out some of these web pages, and also feel free to connect with me later on. As your admission counselor, I look forward to having a chance to connect with you via email or over the phone, or maybe even see you at your high school sometime soon. So thanks so much. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much to the University of the South. Next up, we have the University of Wyoming.
Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Harsh with the University of Wyoming. I'm excited to talk to you today about our university. I'm going to go ahead and start our slideshow here. Today, I want to tell you why the world needs more cowboys. And first of all, I want to invite you to think about the Rocky Mountain West. I want to tell you that Laramie, Wyoming is in the southeast corner of Wyoming, north of Denver, north of Fort Collins, Colorado. As you can see from the picture, we're heading towards fall and it's just a beautiful time of year. We pride ourselves on having a mid-sized campus with around almost 12,000 students. Our faculty to student ratio is 14:1, which makes these nice small class sizes able for you to make relationships with your faculty. 90% of our courses are taught by professors and not graduate assistants, not teaching assistants. We pride ourselves with small class sizes. The average is around 30. Even in COVID years, we have been very proud to announce that we've had 86% of our graduates either head towards graduate school or towards a career of their choice. One of the reasons that I love Laramie, Wyoming, and where the University of Wyoming is located is we have stellar rock climbing. We have lots of skiing opportunities with affordable lift tickets. We have hiking, bike trails. All of this is a playground within 15 to 30 minutes from our university. We pride ourselves with our outdoor recreation office where you can check out snowshoes, skis, anything that you would like to do, anything to play in the backyard. We have Division I athletics. We're in the Mountain West Conference. You've probably heard of Josh Allen. He hails from the University of Wyoming. If you're not eligible to play D1 sports, we also have club sport opportunities. And that is where you still would have an advisor / coach travel with you as a team. And we also have intramural sports opportunities for students. Our Greek system is very active and strong with our fraternities and our sororities, and they do lots of leadership activities. We pride ourselves with very strong fine arts. We have an art museum. We have lots of music, musicals, plays that you can take part in or just go and have fun and watch them. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. One of our most popular clubs is our swing dance club. Every Thursday night, you can see the students dancing. And we also have some fun clubs called like Fish and Chicks, where the females can get together and go fly fishing. We have a grill and chill club. If you can't find a club, you can make your own club. We have very strong student government participation. Our students manage over $1 million budget where they help decide which club should receive a certain amount of money for their fun activities and leadership opportunities. When you're in the state of Wyoming, there's huge love and loyalty wherever you go. The main reason is we are the only university in our state. The rest of the state is community colleges. So with no pro professional teams in our state, the University of Wyoming we just bleed brown and gold. We have over 200 different areas of study, everything from accounting to zoology. Our popular majors are engineering, business, education. They're all ranked. We also have wildlife biology, outdoor recreation and tourism, arts, psychology, criminal justice, just lots to choose from. You can decide if you want to double major, if you want to add a minor, but we have lots of opportunities for you to do research projects and get to know your faculty. Let's talk a little bit about how to become a cowboy or cowgirl. Our admissions process is very transparent, easy to apply. We have the typical high school success curriculum that we look at. We look at your unweighted high school GPA, and we are also test optional this year. So if you're not able to get an ACT or SAT score, don't worry, we're test optional. We do a rolling admissions throughout the year. We do have deadlines though for our early entry nursing program and pharmacy program. You can use the common application. We have a very easy application where you just pay the fee, give us your official transcripts, and we'll get back to you within a couple weeks on if you're admitted. We have a Brown and Gold Commitment Scholarship that was brand new a couple years ago, and it's been very successful. We will base that off your high school unweighted GPA and a test score. And again, if you don't have a test score, as you can see on the right-hand side, we have a test optional category. And then if you live in the West, we have the Western Undergraduate Exchange Scholarship that you can be considered for. So we really highly value providing scholarship money for you. We would like to share at the end of my presentation that why you would want to attend the University of Wyoming is we're mid-sized, we have a very strong community, we pride ourselves on our students getting jobs after they graduate. If you're able to visit, that is the best way to see our awesome university. If you're not able to visit, you can do virtual opportunities with Zoom. We're happy to do that. As you can see, here is my contact information. I will also put that in the chat. You can call me at any time. And that is our University of Wyoming website that you can check out more things about our awesome university. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was the University of Wyoming. And next up, we have Texas Wesleyan University.
All right, y'all. Hope everybody can hear me and see my presentation. So thank you so much, Krista. So my name is Carter. I am from Texas Wesleyan University down in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm just going to kind of go over briefly our academic programs, athletics, stuff to do on campus, and then as well as our scholarship information, financial aid, and then head right into the admissions process. So to get started, a little bit about Wesleyan. We were founded in 1890, and then we're affiliated with the Methodist Church. And so we have a religious course requirement on campus, which is just one course, just a 3-hour class. 100% of our admitted students receive a merit-based scholarship. That I'll kind of go over a little bit later on in scholarship information. Like I said, we are a small private liberal arts university, and so we have about 2,500 students on campus, but a little bit less than that is our undergraduate population. And then down there on the bottom, you can see our 15-to-1 average class ratio. So like I said, really, really small, but with that becomes being super intentional, right? With professors and even your classmates and even just the staff on campus, everything is intentional. That's just kind of what we really like to be with our students, peers, classmates, and professors. So here are just some of our majors in the arts of school or the School of Arts and Sciences. Here, what I kind of really like to talk about here is just all the opportunity, right? So being in Fort Worth, down here in Texas, we're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as we like to call it. That's really all it is just opportunity, right? And so here with any of these majors, you can't go wrong because you can go right down the street, right to downtown, and find an internship, or find somewhere to get plugged in that has kind of your focus, your passion, to kind of help lead you into the career that you want. One other thing to note here is that about research. Our undergraduates do research. They have that opportunity to even get published. And so that is just one thing within our science majors that we love to talk about, is just being able to, start that research now as an undergraduate. So if you decide to go, into medical school, grad school, whatever that looks like for you, you already have that experience underneath your belt. Here are School of Business, just a few of there. One thing to note about our School of Business we're AACSB accredited, so that we're in the top 5% of business schools in the entire world. Yeah, you heard that right. Not the country, but the entire world. And so we really are proud of our School of Business. Me personally, that's what I would say is kind of our staple, is because, we're in that top 5% of business schools in the world. And that's just something that students, right, that they can start to network, meet alumni, and really just to start to, kind of help pave the way for their future. here, our School of Education, being here, like I said, Fort Worth area, we're surrounded by a ton of school districts. And so our students in the education program really get that hands-on learning with going into student teaching and getting observation hours with teachers and with professors so that they can actually, go into a classroom after they graduate, right after graduation, and actually be able to do what they love and what they're passionate about, and that's teaching. And that's us giving them the tools to do so. So next, I'm just going to kind of touch on athletics. So we are NAIA. So here's NCAA, NAIA is us. And so we're NAIA Division I. And so with our athletics, kind of what that means is we're able to hand out athletic scholarships. Those are always up to the discretion of the head coach. But again, that's just another way that we're able to kind of help pave the way for students to either, move on to the next level of their academics or athletic career. And that's helping students out financially. So there's a list of all of our athletic programs right there. So now getting to what it's going to cost you to go to Texas Wesleyan. So this is just a little breakdown of kind of the cost of what it looks like, kind of like a sticker price. I talked about merit scholarships a little bit later. I'm going to go over that in the next slide. And then also our Smarter You scholarship. But this is just kind of to see how we make affording a private education affordable per se. And so here is our merit-based scholarships. So for our first year students, admissions requirements is we just require your high school transcript. We're test optional. We're not requiring SAT, ACT scores, anything like that. We just need your high school transcript. So on a scale of a 4.0 weighted scale, a 2.75, that's what we require. And so right here to the right, you can see kind of our scholarship model, right? So depending on your GPA, as that goes up, so does the money. And so that, again, like I mentioned before, that's just a way for us to be able to give out more money, more aid to students, because we want them to achieve their goals. We want them to achieve their dreams and to chase their passions here at Wesleyan. And so Smarter You, I touched on a little bit too. This is just another way for us to, again, give out that scholarship money to students just by completing things that they need to anyways. Like you can see visiting campus, submitting FAFSA, and then applying to Wesleyan is super easy. You can do that through our website, through Apply Texas, or on the Common App. Those are just some events that we're having on campus or virtually. And then lastly, here's my contact information. Up here to the right is a QR code that you can use to get information sent to you. And that's my contact information right there. Thank you guys again for having me. And I hope to hear from some of y'all soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Texas Wesleyan University. Next up is our final university, Fort Lewis College.
Hi, everyone. Let me pull up my screen. Hope everyone's doing well today. Okay, well, hi, everyone. My name, taking a second. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Taylor Morehouse. I'm an admission counselor at Fort Lewis College. I'm also an alumni. We are located in Durango, Colorado, which is why we like to start off with Powered by Place, right? Durango is such an incredible place to live and learn because we're really close by to tons of different national parks. We're close to Telluride, Colorado. We're close to Ouray, Silverton. It's just a beautiful place to live and learn, 30 minutes away from New Mexico, an hour away from Utah. So it's such an incredible place to learn and live. Okay. All right, so a little bit more about Durango, right? We have about 18,000 people living within the city, which means you get to know people, right? But you're also meeting new people all the time, which is great. We have about 300 miles of hiking and biking trails just from campus. So imagine around Durango, right? We also offer a free city bus service for all of our students on campus. We also have a regional airport in town, as well as 2 hospitals and 3 urgent care locations. We also offer first-year students coming to Fort Lewis a free season pass to Purgatory Ski Resort, which is only about 30 minutes away from Durango. So that's a really nice way to spend your time on the weekends for sure. All right. Campus, our elevation, right? We have about 6,000, we're about 6,800 feet in the air, which means we're closer to the sun, but that's okay because in Durango, we have 300 days of sunshine. So it's always sunny over there in Durango, Colorado. We represent almost 50 states, 50 states of the United States. Our diversity on campus is amazing. We have over 50% of our student body are students of color. And so you really get to meet people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and I've taken that diversity education with me throughout everything I've done, right? Which means like we have a really strong population of Native American students on campus. So we represent 173 different Native American tribes and Alaska Native villages on campus. All right, so our student population on campus, right? We have about 3,300 students on campus, which means your average class size is about 23, which means your student to faculty ratio is very low. We have about 15:1, and 100% of your classes are taught by professors. You're never going to be taught a class by a TA, a teacher's assistant, or a graduate student. You're taught by Fort Lewis College professors. I came to Fort Lewis because of the small class sizes and because you really get an individualized education. Your professors get to know who you are as a student and as a person, which is unbeatable. All right, and these are all of our different areas of study that we offer at Fort Lewis, right? So hopefully you find something that you're interested in. I just got my degree, like I said, in psychology from Fort Lewis, and I loved it. Lots of different stuff. Some big ones are pretty similar to what other universities have said, right? Like education, business, those are good ones. Psychology is a big one. Engineering as well. Awesome. Apart from our small class sizes and all of our different areas of study that we saw, we really think what sets Fort Lewis apart is our ability to get students these experiential learning opportunities and outside of their classroom in their field working really early on. Right? Like we have internship opportunities, field studies, studying abroad options, service learning topics classes, all kinds of stuff you can think of, right? For example, through business, we have Hawk Tank. It's like our Shark Tank. It's like our business plan competition. And so, so if you have a really good idea for a business plan, you can propose it and win up to $5,000 to start your business, which is really cool. So that's a really cool opportunity. We also offer tons of studying abroad programs. My roommate from second year studied abroad in Morocco for a whole semester. And so there's lots of cool opportunities to do that at Fort Lewis. All right, getting involved outside of the classroom for fun, like what can you do, right? We are an NCAA Division II school. So we have all this, we have basketball, volleyball, cross country, right? Those sports, we also have tons of intercollegiate club sports, as well as intramural sports. We have tons of student clubs and organizations on campus. Everything from, we have 2 different gaming clubs, we have student government, of course, we have social dance club, we also have a club called Adventure Photography, right? So there's lots of cool things to be involved with, and the beauty of a smaller college is that you can really easily start your own club if we don't have that, right? And we also do tons of events for students all the time, all the time. I've never had to pay for a student event. Roller skating first year was my favorite things in our ballroom. So we have lots of different stuff going on for students. All right, so let's talk about first year admission and entry, right? And so first year students applying to Fort Lewis College, we just need our application. We have one through our website, and we also have one through the Common Application, about 15, 20 minutes, not too long. And then we also need your official high school transcripts, of course, and we are also test optional. So we don't need those ACT or SAT test scores. We also have a $40 application fee. However, when you come to visit Fort Lewis, which we hope that you do, you get the application fee waived. And as you can see there, we have our average high school GPA out of 3.2, right? We accept students below that and, and over that, right? We provide a very holistic review of our application. All right, and these are some merit-based tuition scholarships I should mention, right? And so like we have our GPA and in-state and out-of-state, and we're looking at for tuition scholarships. We also are a part of the WUI and New Mexico reciprocal as well. And those are renewable every year that you're a good student at Fort Lewis. All right, and of course, more ways to save, right? We don't want to make college too stressful. Paying for college, right? Paying for a good education shouldn't be incredibly stressful. And so, of course, we want to encourage the FAFSA. We also offer a Native American tuition waiver, so students can provide info that they are a part of a Native American tribe. Then they go to Fort Lewis tuition free. And please, we encourage you to visit campus. We would love to have you visit. That's the only way you can kind of get a good feel for what you want your college experience to look like. So those are some of our opportunities we're offering for visits. And that is my contact info. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about Fort Lewis. I'd love to chat with you. And thanks for letting me chat with you today. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much. And at this time, if I can have all of the institutions turn their cameras on, we're going to wrap up with just a quick round robin, answering one question just for everyone watching. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? You can go in order.
Yeah, one thing that I would say to students, if they're interested in being a part of the Big Ten, but having that for one, day one experience of doing research, I definitely recommend for students to apply for that their senior incoming freshman year, just because you get a stipend to already fund your project, which is so neat. And you can put that on your portfolio and start working with our faculty and staff on there as well. So we provide a variety of different resources, but that's something that I do want students to know. Starting that first semester, you can get your hands-on experience. So if they have any questions, you can reach out to me, and then students can apply through the common application or directly through our website as well.
All right. So if there's one thing you take with you about Newman University, I would definitely say job security, because of our programs like our Navigator program and those small classes, that 11-to-1 ratio, with those relationships you can build with your professors. And remember that statistic, 70% of students that graduate from Newman have jobs in their field of study upon graduation. That would be my recommendation.
All right, so my favorite thing about Sewanee as a student was I felt like it was summer camp with classes. We have a 13,000-acre campus with 65 miles of hiking trails, a 20-mile perimeter trail, lakes, caves, and waterfalls right on campus. You can go rock climbing within a 10-minute walk of some of our residence halls. So if you're interested in the outdoors, can't imagine a better place to study.
I'd like to share about the University of Wyoming. What I think would make a big impression on you is the ability to meet new friends so quickly, not only through your small class sizes, but through your organizations that you might join or any athletic events. And then we do have a big day event every October where the college students give back to the city of Laramie in volunteer service, and faculty and staff join in that. And I think it's just a great university to meet your best friends that will be your friends for life.
Yeah, so I would say one takeaway would obviously to be, the small class sizes, the really small, intimate community that we have here at Wesleyan, but also just the opportunity, right? Because in Dallas-Fort Worth, it's a massive market for really anything that you want to do. And so I would just, say my takeaway would just be, remember, if you're interested in a super small learning environment, if that's what you thrive in, definitely apply to Wesleyan, but also just to look ahead even after graduation, the opportunities here, Dallas, Fort Worth, just the big opportunities. So.
Turn? Okay. All right. So I think the biggest takeaway, at least that I got out of my education at Fort Lewis College, which I would love to kind of extend onto you, which unfortunately you don't really get in this short presentation, is that the community and relationships that you get at Fort Lewis are just unbeatable, right? Like the relationships you have with professors, with other students, the involvement opportunities you have at Fort Lewis are amazing because of our small college campus and our small size, and the way that you just feel supported in everything that you do. Like I said, with professors, also our free tutoring services, right? We have a new peer education and graduate research area in the library. So it's just a whole back section with student tutors for free sitting up there for you. And so I felt very supported during my time at Fort Lewis, and felt very engaged with the community and my peers, and really found my place on campus. And so I would like to leave you all with that about Fort Lewis.
Thank you all so much for being in this session. And thank you to those that are watching this recording afterwards. That concludes the session. Thank you.